আপনারা দেখছেন ILFL Soccer Night.
Soccer Night show, and we started talking about what happened yesterday and the whole summer league that has happened. It's going to resume. We've still got 2 or 3 weeks of that left to go, but something else that is still with us is the Shanali Otis and ILFL Veterans League. The Summer League, Veterans Summer League starts again this evening. The games start. We've still got games playing. Let me show you the divisions as they stand after the break we had. A lot of the teams have only played 3 games. Here we are with the Premier Division table in the Vets League at the moment. That team again, London Tigers, doesn't matter what level they play at, they're always there at the top, and they've gone 3 games, 12 goals and only 1 conceded. A little bit different to what they've done in previous seasons, so can't see Tigers losing it from this early stage. Aberhany, Bromley and then Stepney are right behind them. And in the first division you've got Bernardo Legends. Remember them from a couple of seasons ago, came straight in and went unbeaten the whole season and then fell away after that. They are back. They have also gone 3 games, 3 unbeaten with Redbridge. The revelations of Redbridge, who couldn't score a goal, let alone win a game last season, are sitting second in the table this time with St Catherine's, Revive and then some other team called Mostyn sitting behind them as well. Here are the games that are happening this week in the Premier Division. Beaumont Masters take on the Bromley Legends. Stepney versus London Tigers, a game that maybe a lot of us were looking forward to see if the Stepney Legends could really stand up to the true test of a Premier Division might of London Tigers. The Sire Vets take on Tower Hamlets and Weavers take on Aberhany. And then in the first division it's split because those 2 games that are being played tonight are 2 first division games. Redbridge take on Revive. The Shadwell Masters take on Beaumont. Shadwell really needs something out of that. Not been a great start for them. And then the other 2 first division games take place this Thursday at the regular place, Mabley Green. The Barnardo Legends being Mostyn and Riverside versus St Catherine's. Jim, let's talk very quickly about Mostyn in the Vets League. Last season, first season, you found your feet, you did what you had to do, you saw what it's all about. This time round now, a little bit more expectation?
Very difficult because there's a lot of new teams in the league. You've got a couple been relegated as well. I'm not sure about expectations because we've got exactly the same team as last year, but we're a year older. So, I mean, the bottom line is we had a fantastic season last year. I think we finished higher than we could have imagined. And funny enough, I sent a message out to the guys earlier on just before I came to the studio just to remind them about Thursday's game. They've been pestering me for weeks. When are we ready? When's our next game? It's kind of incredible that you can see players late 40s, mid 50s, and one in fact is 60 years of age, that have got the enthusiasm of 13, 14, 15-year-olds.
That's
incredible.
Isn't that a great thing?
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible. But it's not just from my team, we see it from our opponents as well. It's incredible that before the game there's a lot of love and sportsmanship. During the game it's totally different. It's like 2 gladiator teams out there giving everything, but then after the game there's so much respect at the end of the game. And there's a lot of supporting other teams as well, which has been very nice. Made a lot of good friends, very, very competitive. And I think last time we was on and talking about this, my joint manager was talking about hopefully getting promoted this year, and I laughed at him. And he said, "What are you laughing for?" I said, "That's the last thing you want." And he said, "Why?" And I said, "If you look at the tables now, St Catherine's couldn't win a game in the Premier Division. That's right. Been relegated, and look how well they're doing already in the first division." And if you look at the teams that were doing so well in the first division last year, they've gone up and they've seen the difference between the two. I don't think people realise, unless you go down and watch these games, there's a bigger gulf between these 2 divisions that you would expect to see in 2 divisions. And I think that's reflected in some of the score lines. It's really, really tough.
Well, you guys are back on it this Thursday. A decent performance is all that you can ask for, really, yeah?
Well, we had a good result against Redbridge, who had won their first 2 games. We were the first team to take a point off them. I know very little about Bernardo except that they're top, so we know we're going to get a very, very tough game out of them. But having said that, I think last year's experience has made us, I always felt, although we're the oldest team in the league, I felt we were the most organised. Yeah. And funny enough, Stepney and a couple of other sides said, you are so well organised. Yeah. That's kind of been the reason I think we finished fourth. And I think that's the reason that we'll probably finish around mid-table again this season. We're not as quick, we're not as fit as a lot of these other teams, but we're a little bit more organised, so I think we'll do well.
You've got a little bit more about yourself. Let's come back to our guest here, Vincent, referee, like I said, in the ILFL. Vincent, we spoke about the differences between the football in France, the football in England.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you as a referee. You've been in the country now for how many years?
I have been living here for 2.5 years now.
About 2.5 years now, and you're enjoying your refereeing in this country.
Oh yes, I mean, refereeing for me has always been a passion. So, yeah, I wanted to referee here. I left France, then I came here just to learn English at the beginning, and I wanted to carry on refereeing because I love that.
So where do you want to take your refereeing now? How far do you want to go? How far do you think you can go with that? Because it is a career path now.
Exactly, it's a career path. As you know, I've got another career, but yeah, I would like to go to the top. I mean, level 2, 3. I'd like to go. I mean, I am in a good hand in England because Kevin Friend is helping me in the middle. No, Kevin Friend.
Yeah, of course.
And Stephen Child is helping me running the line, how to run the line properly, and how to behave also, because it was hard for me at the beginning how to react because players are complaining a lot here.
It's called match control, and it's something that is a little, takes a little bit of getting used to in this country, doesn't it? When especially when players are this close to you,
it happens.
And they're very upset with a decision that you may have made, correct or incorrect, and it is about game control.
And so this referee at the top level, they help me to control myself and to become always keeping my calm. And not answer to the player, never answer to a player. This is what I used to do at the beginning.
So are you finding yourself now, when you're watching a game on TV, for example, you might be watching Match of the Day, you're watching the Premier Division?
Yeah, Match of the Day, yeah.
You're watching the referee as well as the players?
I'm always watching the referee, always. Even the referee on the liner, always. To have a look on the positioning, how he talks to the players. Well, I can't hear what he say. But I can see the way, how many times he warms him before giving the yellow card.
Do you think it's difficult when you're refereeing a game? Let's say you turn up for a team. I mean, the first time you maybe took Lotus, for example. You turn up to referee a couple of teams. You don't know them. They don't know you. Yeah. Do you think it's very difficult to show your personality and character to a team and what you're like, and that, I've not come here to, be anything apart from, just a referee? Do you think it's very difficult to show?
Yeah, especially because I'm French, so sometimes I can't say what I've got my traduction in French in my head, and I want to translate word by word, and I'm losing my words because I'm talking fast, and the player are going to think, this referee.
It makes you frustrated.
My language. Yeah.
Listen, my English is not much better than yours.
But you are English.
You are
English. I'm French.
It frustrates me too sometimes because, just like you say, sometimes, especially when the heat of a moment and you just want to get the game started and you want to get your point across very, very quickly to a player, sometimes it can come out too quickly and maybe in the wrong way sometimes, and maybe players can react. But like we said, it's part and parcel of being a referee. But as long as you're enjoying it.
Yes, I enjoy, and I want to grow up as a referee. I want to get promoted.
You want to get promoted and take it further?
Of course, I want. Of course, yeah. This is my aim. My goal, yeah.
You've not done the Veterans League, so I can't ask you about that. But I am going to turn right back to the other end of the chair. I know you're sitting there thinking you're going to get away with it a little bit, but I've got a few more questions for you. Lotus FC. You heard me speaking to Jim about, I talk about career path. I don't want to talk about players and the career path because that's been done. But as a team, as a club, Lotus FC, Where do you feel that you guys could and should take yourselves?
Well, let's not kid ourselves. It's just for pleasure, innit? But if we can,
Is it? I mean, how long have you been playing in the side now?
what, in Lotus?
Yes.
I joined in October. Just gone. But I've been playing for Jim's teams for years.
So you're not just turning up just. You're not. I mean, when I say you're not just turning up for the fun of it. I understand. Of course you do. You want to enjoy it, but you want to be competitive.
Yeah,
you want to
course,
win your
yeah.
games. Everybody
Yeah.
wants to win. So you want to win things.
Yeah, of course,
I'm
yeah.
sure you do.
Whatever league you want to be in, we want to win. That goes without saying.
We don't join teams to make numbers up, do we?
No,
Never do.
yeah,
You wanna win, don't you?
Yeah, so I come back and I ask you the question. How far do you want to go? How far do you think you should go? What should you be aiming for then?
Whatever league we're in, to win it all the time, to keep progressing, get promoted, win that league, and see where it goes from there.
You got a good feeling about this summer league?
Well, it's 50-50 with Robin Hood Tigers. We'll have to see. Our 2 games look winnable on paper, but like you say, you can't take things for granted. So we'll just see. I was kind of hoping that we'd get a draw yesterday with the 2 Tigers, but it didn't happen. So we'll have to see. Fingers crossed that the Robin Hood Tigers can drop some points.
And in your mind, at 5 games you played, who was the toughest opposition?
Well, I missed the Robin Hood Tigers game, but I thought London Tigers were a good team. We was under the cosh a little bit. First 20 minutes it took us like about 20 minutes to get to grips with the game, but then after that we was fine. And then, but yeah, they was a good team. As I said before, the teams in the they all keep the ball, like all of them keep the ball. So it's a different from what the teams we was used to playing against. It did take a little bit of adapting. We still ain't adapted fully, but it took a little bit of adapting to teams that always just want to keep the ball and always play from the back.
It's been great for your learning. It's been great for your experience. It's been great for the club.
I think it's good. I think it's good to see, anyway, because I think in England too many teams, people say they're a footballer, they're a team, and they just boot it. Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, that's not football in my opinion. So it is refreshing to see teams doing it.
So I've seen 2 players. I'm going to go a little bit sideways now with my question. I've seen 2 of you now from Lotus. Who's your main man in the team?
Jack.
Who would you say?
Jack, I reckon I'd say he's the main man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
First, he's a good player, but like he's a captain. He's our captain. He is a good leader. He's one of them. You always get 100%. Like you get 100% off of everyone. Everyone puts in a shift. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I enjoy playing with him. Like, I've played him for a long time. He's one of them as well. You can put through the spine. So if you need a goal, you can go up top. He could play like up top and centre half equally as well.
Anyway,
but then you couldn't necessarily then put another striker in defence and then vice versa. But yeah, he's a good player. Like,
Does he complain against the referee?
Nah, he's the referee's best friend.
Oh,
He is.
I should love him.
He's
Honestly.
probably our most complete player, isn't he? Because I think he said when he was on the show
I was going to
before,
say, yeah.
I've known him since he was 9, and I don't think there is a position, including goalkeeper, on the pitch that he hasn't played.
Yeah, he said that.
And like you said, Sunday was a prime example where he was playing further forward. We went 2-0 up. Game we thought was wrapped up, and we thought we'd go on to score a couple more. Cameras, who was standing next to me, threw a few men forward, and we put Jack a little bit deeper because he can play there. And then they got a goal, but Jack kept it quite tight at the back. And I think Jack gives not just leadership, Jack gives confidence. He gives confidence to everyone who's around him, doesn't he? Because he is just left foot, right foot, in the air, doesn't matter where he is, Jack's just... And he's got that sort of, although he's not an arrogant person, he's got that air of arrogance around him because he plays like a Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Jack, I've never seen Jack, in all the years I've known him, sprinting at 500 miles an hour. He's not that type of player. He just strolls around the pitch, stroking balls everywhere, and yeah, he makes everything look very easy and very comfortable.
There are players that we could quote, but I don't want to, if you're watching, Jack, I don't want to swell your head anymore, so we'll leave it right there for now. We've got to take another break. We've got another section of the show to talk about. We'll have a quick chat about Vets League as well when we come back there, and tell you more about our awards ceremony that's coming up in the month of September. That, a little bit more chat from all the guys here after this short break.
আপনারা দেখছেন ILFL সকার নাইট।